This is a very, very significant case for me, this case right here that you see. This is a very, very important case for me. This is a much, much more important case than what anybody could give the credit for. This is an extremely, extremely important case for me. Do you know why this case is so extremely, extremely important for me? This case, foremost, is extremely important not only because it's involving psychiatry, forced psychiatry in the case. I was inside of the psychiatric hospital. Oh, I was thrown into the real psychiatric asylum because of a lot of swines that were involved in it, if there was anything but swine that ran this operation. My life was deleted because of swines. And this man that you see right there, his name is Milan Kučan. I dedicated him what I found on the internet. Other people already have referred to one as a small man, but a giant, huge swine. No. He is a murderous swine. That's a little difference between just being a big swine and what I stated. Huge difference. So this is very, 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 very essential for me. Do you know Colin just as Božičnik? And I wrote about a criminal that became a police officer, uniformed police officer, traffic officer, Božičnik, gave me a illegal right turn ticket. And I did explain everything about the torture they got engaged. Brainwash about making the right turn by taking me to United States of America, where they would brainwash over and over and over again, and also here in Slovenia. In United States, you can make the right turn for as long as there is no traffic coming from the left direction or opposite, whatever direction in your right turn. You can make freely the right turn on a semaphore light, whatever, as long as you're not obstructing the traffic. You do, however, have to make a stop and then make the right turn. These are the laws in the USA. No such thing in Slovenia, but there was a law that came out, and in Slovenia, although it still doesn't make any sense, because these arrows that they position on the semaphore lights, semaphore intersections that indicate you have the right to a right turn, they are not even visible. At nighttime, you cannot even see those arrows. They are out there in a fucking dark, thus making the law that you can make the right turn as long as there's no traffic. However, in Slovenia, this is, if you can see that license plate, it was at daytime when I make the right turn. This, however, from the legal perspective, what I stated, this is illegal. This kind of law is actually illegal. This is illegal law. If I take this to the court and I argue the traffic itself, the law itself, that is not providing for a traffic sign to be even visible at night time, that indicated the right to a right turn, I would probably end up removing such law, voiding maybe all the penalties that police even issued to people. Even this, likely with the lawyers, if I would go to the court and I would argue such case, I probably would win the case against the state and have all the charges that police gave to the people for making the right turn, I probably would get them removed because of unreasonable signaling. Because, in other words, do you know what that is? Because of unreasonably explained law to the drivers, to the udeleženci prometa, to the people that are engaging in traffic. Did you know that? The point about Colin, Gosling, and Božičnik is that this man here, this guy here, This guy here, this. His name is Milan Kučan, and that used to be a president of Slovenia, of independent Slovenia even he became. He was the right hand of the Josip Broz Tito in Slovenia. It goes deeply down to the Yugoslavia times. Literally executioner of people in Slovenia. There's several expressions for this, but I'm not going to get into that direction. This was the man who offered, yes, if you were involved in MK Ultra, you know. Oh, let me send a little message to Božičnik, the police officer Božičnik, right? Police officer, you were offered a special treatment, a special price, a special everything for you special, and you're gonna tell the judge, you're gonna tell the police, you're gonna confess to police that Milan Kučan specially wanted you in MK Ultra, specially wanted you to be a swine involved in MK Ultra, especially because of your small size. Milan Kučan is a small man. In fact, I'm going to show you how small he is. There is a height about him written on the internet for sure. And small as he was, a violent swine as he was since I was a child, he was desperate in finding more small people to involve them in as heinous and as in violent crimes as possible, and extremely willing to pay out large. That's basically because he wanted to have insurance for himself. He wanted to look like a victim. If this case will come out, he wanted to file based on, but he was not nice to me and this and that. Skisani možgani, that means you put like a cider inside of the brain. Many of these royalties and elites and prime ministers and ministers and presidents, they dreamed, hallucinated about portraying themselves as victims, engineering crime, portraying themselves as victims of this crime, blame it on me, and that's what would grant them the reason, the rights for torture. In other words, recognize torture for torture, but you go figure out. I mean, is this normal? I don't think it is, but this is how these people pursue the reality, the laws, everything else. They think that the laws are out there for them, not that they are out there for the laws. The laws are out there that deserve to be violated, raped, pissed on, not to respect them, not to obey them, based on I am a citizen, a native of Slovenia, naturalized citizen of United States. Of course, I do not have absolutely anything on my crime record, anything on my background. Yet there is people who think, even that mainstream media redistributes it, oh well, those are Guantanamo, they had people from not Afghanistan, not Pakistan, maybe even from Pakistan, whatever, Iraq and so on. It's like, it's domestic terrorist, whatever. It's okay. We cannot do in the U.S. we do elsewhere. Including Slovenia. Obviously, Americans did with the Slovenian side, which it appears to me they have the laws in Slovenia that allow citizens to be literally killed, tortured, simply at mercy of not known to me laws, for as long as obviously you can prove that person did damage to you when he was tortured. Maybe he said that you are a small swine or something like that if you were of a small size, and then you had a reason to go and kill human, basically, just like that, picking on people, killing people, lynching people and searching for like-minded people, in this case small size, not tall but small, short size people, so that you can have as many as possible like-minded, and it's possible as many committing a heinous crimes as much as possible. That should maybe work on my psyche or something like that. It's a question to Milan Kučan. Well, he's going to explain this to police and to the courts and so on. With Božičnik, it's a police officer, young, rotten, so young and so rotten criminal, and literally working as a uniformed police officer at Novo Mesto police station. This guy here, very significant case, this case here. Very, very important case. I was inside of the psychiatric hospital. I know what psychiatric hospital, I know how they make you disappear without your having anything to say. I know for how long I cheated death, and how I cheated death already when I was a baby. I know what it means to be surrounded with a pure evil. I know very good what that means. Milan Kučan, height is 165. He's a 1 meter and 65 centimeters, and this is about the same size as Božičnik, as a police officer Božičnik. The right turn signs look like this, all right? Na desno semafor, zavoj na desno. A red light, you have a sign like this here. I have noticed signs that with the green arrow I possibly could not observe at night time. They were on the side, but totally not visible signs in the city of the Novo Mesto. So I will go now, take time to video record this stuff. I'm gonna make a video about this stuff, but to have a signaling, this is called a signalization, posted, and law clearly specified that you can do certain things that otherwise are prohibited at the intersections, and those are not visible at any time of the day, like making a right turn at the semaphore light. That already classifies as something that potentially could even void penalties issued by the police to the traffic offenders, because the law is not clearly indicating, clearly explaining. It's not in coordinates with I don't even know how in English I would explain myself, but not with instructions, but with the predpise, I don't know how you say that, regulations. Okay, simple as this. If you indicate somebody that he has the right to do certain things engaging in a traffic, those rules must be clear. The signs posted must be visible. These signs that you see right there are totally in the dark. They are totally invisible. Thanks for watching this video. Oh yes, it will be a next time.